Hey, everybody, we're live and we are discussing an amazing controversy that I have never seen in the entire history of Oakland sports in my entire life. I have on the phone with me
I have never seen in the entire
Zinny
history
62
of Oakland sports in my entire life.
vlogger.
I have on the phone with me
Richard Hake. And Richard, welcome again, man. How you doing?
Hanging in there, man.
Hey, so take it from the top with us about this thing that Dave did that we're looking at. What are we seeing here in this? I mean, what the heck is going on with this, man?
Yeah, so Dave Kaval is in Las Vegas to meet with people in Las Vegas about a possible move for the A's, and I guess he attended the Vegas Golden Knights playoff game tonight and tweeted with a tag from tagging the Golden Knights. They appear to be rolling out the red carpet for him, and doing all they can to get his get him in the right mood. But that tweet was bad. It's a terrible look. It's tone deaf. It's insulting, and if that's it's either an accident, which was a boneheaded accident, or they're trying to sabotage their efforts in Oakland.
Yeah, but you would think the president of the Oakland A's, he's the president of the A's. He's not like a junior level intern, right? He's the president of the A's.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like something that was that wasn't at least a little bit thought out. He knew what he was doing. He absolutely knew what he was doing. There's no way that you're going to do something like that, and try and troll fans.
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's deep. That Vegas thing is deep right now for a lot of, because a lot of A's fans are Raiders or were Raiders fans. And that was like strike one against Las Vegas, and then the following season, the Sharks had a pretty nasty playoff series against Las Vegas, essentially sealing its fate as our new big rivalry in the Western Conference. And there was already a lot of heat because, again, a lot of those fans are Raiders fans as well. It's the only Bay Area hockey team, and so that lent, that's strike two, and to go into basically what is enemy territory, and it's sleeping with the enemy. It's that's the way a lot of us are looking at it. And to be going behind our backs once more. There was a report that they've been talking for 2 years, and whether or not that's actually been happening, it's hearsay. They could have easily been talking about the aviators. Or they could be calling going, "Hey, how's it going? You guys want to come over?" And they could have just said, "No, bye." What level of communication we don't know they've had. But to see something like that, and to almost as looking as if you're cheering them on, that hurts a lot of us. Again, because we're A's fans and Sharks fans, so you're digging in at us. That's a real sore spot. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of what Dave has been doing in the last couple of years has been a little bit of kind of exploiting that hurt that we have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now seeing it, for what it is, it sucks. Like again, as fans, now we don't. He spent these last couple years buttering us up and making it feel like they really cared about the fan experience and really trying to build a winning organization and a winning team and really make this ballpark project happen. And it all seemed just so too good to be true, but we saw these gestures that looked like goodwill, and now they're starting to taste like it's a sour taste. We're going, oh yeah, well,
it's down. You know what? It sound. If I can help you out there, it looks like, what do they call it? Fool's gold, pyrite, right?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. Fool's gold.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, oh, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
He's just buttering us up, and I don't know for what at what cost. I mean, supposedly they spent, I think 230 million was the number that was thrown out there, in relocation efforts to, try and pass these various legislations, to move this thing forward, and to just kind of call it quits in the middle just seems so weird.
I just had to share the tweet that I just issued here. I wrote, say, Dave Kaval, you did this to Oakland and Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf in the middle. I say this in large letters, in the middle of City of Oakland and Howard Terminal ballpark negotiations. What the fuck are you doing? That's
yeah.
That's
putting it lightly. How are you expecting? Unless you don't expect it at all, how do you expect the city council to go into a vote at some point?
It's like he's trying to wreck the vote.
Right.
That's what it straight up looks like. It's like he's trying to straight up wreck the vote. It's like, I don't care. Then he sends out these tweets like, had a great negotiation with the city of Oakland on Howard Terminal, right? Like last week. So people are thinking, everything is hunky dory and things are moving along. And then he does this,
Yeah. I mean, there's part of, I'm riding this fence again, I know he knows what he's doing, and I'm wondering what his motive here is.
But knowing him, he's probably thinking, I'm going to show them what a real sports town looks like and what we want to achieve. And it's right in line with other comments he's made that are disparaging of the Oakland situation. Like, for example, when he gave an interview to someone in Texas, a blogger in Texas, who actually has a nice blog, and he remarks in answer to the question, "Why are you leaving?" He didn't dress it up to say, "Well, okay, I don't want to be at the Coliseum." Really, it seemed to be the real question. But he said, 2 teams have already left. That should tell you all you need to know about the market value there. Now, 2 teams already left Oakland. He didn't dress it up to say, well, look, we don't like the Coliseum site because it's got a water table issue or anything, which it does. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It has a rising groundwater problem. All he said was what I just said to you. And I took that and I tweeted him. I said, why did you do this? Why are you doing this? And I say that tweeted because I've tried to help behind the scenes, and I thought that that's what they wanted. But I think what happened was that John stepped in, John Fisher, who's the owner of the A's, who is his boss, and got impatient. And I think Bob Manfred stepped in and got impatient. and neither one of them know the details, and they probably didn't want to hear it from Dave as much as he told them. So Dave just turned into Linda Blair from The Exorcist and started going, making these TV appearances and acting like it was like, hey, you know what? We got to get this done right now or I'm going to bite your head off. That's how he appeared.
Yeah.
And this is like the latest in a long line of actions. And maybe it's almost like he's thinking, or someone came up with a strategy that will make you think you were this madman that's going to go anywhere and they won't know how to deal with you. I'm telling you, that backfires today real quick. People don't like that. People in the middle of a pandemic, when people are just, struggling to make ends meet, keep their place, wondering if the moratorium on evictions is going to be lifted, they're going to get kicked out on the street. All that stuff is scaring the heck out of them. Here's this guy who's got money in his pocket acting like this. People don't like that. I'm just saying this, look, Dave, regarde en face. That's French for look at my face, okay? You're not going to score points with anybody with that kind of behavior. You have got to put on the brakes, turn left, turn around, change your approach, stop this. I got this stuff because it's clear by this action you don't. And this isn't a matter of the city of Oakland, all right? Or as John Marks just said, this is not cool, all right? It's a matter of the future of the Athletics wherever they go, because you can bet the media wherever you go is going to pick up on this thing and they'll call you on it. It's not a matter of,
It started off with the post-game show with the A's,
mm-hmm.
Where Brody Brazil, and I don't know the other guy who was on with them. They brought it up, and then they're like, well, this is what we have to say. And then they sat there silent for a few minutes and then just walked off, and then
they were telling me they were shocked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then there was another. I was looking and I've lost it. It's bounced out of my feed now. But it was another thing talking about this whole Las Vegas tweet thing, and it's just like, wow, really? Is this
and these comments are disastrous. Let's look at the latest ones. Let me refresh these. So see the latest comments on this that he wrote.
Biff Roberts, that's who the other guy was. Sorry.
Oh, Biff. Yeah, Biff's a good guy. I'm Dave Kaval, with the blank from me. All right. Why are you showing this from El Mano? Oakland or nothing. He's full of crap, El Mano. It's clear as day. He's resorting to trolling Oakland's fans. He never loved us. Nobody loves us but us. We are all we got. And Mano says this is so messed up. They're a sports nerd. This is exactly how it would look if fans were allowed to the playoff games versus the White Sox. It's exactly how it looks when the Warriors or Sharks have playoff games. Okay? This deserves to get ratioed. He's 100% not even going to acknowledge this is intentional. The man isn't stupid. And the reply is he's showing his true colors. It's very deliberate. This charming him says, there's actually a way to recover from this, and I guarantee we're not going to see even a slight attempt. Serenity says, agreed, this is 100% intentional, and no chance in hell he will remotely walk it back. John Ellis Porter says, good. And E. McCauley says, you got to be kidding me, Brody. Please intervene. Dave, delete your account. Evan says, X use is just as good, but no need to dignify drama king Dave Kaval. Bayer Sports says, this sucks. Metal Max says, bring the A's to Vegas, and we will appreciate and take care of your franchise. This is just a sampler of what it could be like. And then he says, so what? It's part of the process. Now, look, I'm not going to smash Las Vegas at any point here. This is not Las Vegas' fault. This is the A's fault. Okay? I mean, Las Vegas clearly wants sports. Las Vegas clearly needs the economic help. A friend of mine just went to Las Vegas. He's here in Georgia. We were talking about it at the gym the other night. He was saying that Las Vegas has got crime problems, okay? All right? And Dave, he says, hey, thanks, man. So Las Vegas has its own problems. So, and anyway, getting back to the tweets, and then we'll close this out. I didn't mean to be out here too long because it's 3:58 in the morning here in the East. Respect Oakland baseball. Nair says, being a diehard fan since age 11. This is the classic one. Now I'm 44. This makes me okay with giving up my first love and just being a casual Major League Baseball fan. I'm favoring this one once the A's leave. Dave, thank you for this gift. I'm 100% done giving Fisher any more of my income. Gemini Johnny says, damn, Dave, you know a lot of people following you are Oakland A's fans. We see what you're doing. Hope you feel good about yourself. Rooted in Oakland, huh? And then this shake my blanking head. Mark Schreider says, the subtext here is not subtle, not clever. It only serves to hurt feelings of diehard A's fans without moving a single Oakland City Council vote. Been on your side and have advocated for the Howard Turner ballpark. This is just weak sauce, Dave. Don't troll your fans. And so it says, you need to recall and sack that city council. They're driving away every franchise you had, and tonight means it's all but over. He's got a point. They put this out there, I think, to send a signal that he doesn't like the way things are going.
I get that. This looked like a play to either.
You listen to this. Hey, Richard, listen to this one. He says, this Mario Ortega Jr. writes, Dave Kaval is like a girlfriend posting pics out right after telling her boyfriend they should take a break.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely showing us that he has options.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. He has options.
Mm-hmm.
Here. I mean, and I think that's what he's been trying to say. But he's come across as such a prick in the way he's done it.
Right.
There's no goodwill in it whatsoever.
No.
And the way that, there was a recent steering committee meeting for the CBA, the Community Benefits Agreement steering committee meeting, and they kept asking him, trying to pin him down on whether or not, what are you going to do? What are the A's going to do for the city? What are the A's going to do for the city? And he kept basically, it was like, we're here, aren't we? It's like.
But here's the thing, Richard. As I told him privately, and then I've now said publicly, I said, look, let SB 293 Skinner, this morning, be your friend, because all he has to do is say, the way the deal is structured is we pay the property tax, the city launches the tax increment revenue, a bond is floated, and that bond, which is substantial, is going to pay not just for our infrastructure, but for the community benefits, not just for the district, but for the entire city. That's simple to say. It's not hard.
They have done
here's the thing.
To get in front of all of this bad press and everything.
But Dave, you know what? Excuse me, Richard, the only reason I'm just surmising Dave didn't say is because the A's have no intention of paying a property tax, which would beg one to ask a question. Your property taxes in Nevada are going to be more. They're only 1% in the Bay Area. You mean you're too cheap to pay a property tax? I mean, come on. Because if they don't pay the property tax in Oakland, then tax increment financing can't work. All right? And that's what the rest of you in the media don't get. All right? Listen, okay? So, in Tola Thomas writes on Twitter, I don't know if you did this to be petty or being naive or truly don't get it. I think it's actually all the above, Tola, but that's another story. You've been with the A's for only a few years, 2017, but for some of us, this team has been with us our whole lives. This whole ordeal feels like it's just a game to you. He's right. It does feel that way. It's like he doesn't care. Malik Thomas says, team might not even move and you're already cheering for a rival of the Sharks. This sucks hard, dude. Logan says, Libby Shaft, Kaval's in Vegas. Do you really want to lose an NBA, NFL, and MLB franchise? There's got 7 replies to that, saying, RSS blank this. The A's are asking for the city to commit $12 billion to their $1 billion, an amount ratio unmatched by any other city franchise in a stadium deal. Actually, that's not true. The A's are not asking the city. That's wrong.
I responded to that guy, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, that's wrong. The project build outs. Here's why I told Dave. This is the trouble you get in when you launch a big number that people don't understand, and you yourself don't explain. I told him. I said, "Look, why did you do that? That's project build out." He says, "Well, we'll look at it later." I said, "You need to fix this now." So he had no idea, because he said this when we were talking in the middle of a conversation. We say, "We're committing $12 billion." I said, "Well, let me stop you there. That's $12 billion in the district." Yeah. I said, "That's the same district where tax increment financing is collected. That's $9 billion of revenue, and you didn't even say that?" I said, "Dude, it's like you don't even know your own project." He doesn't know that. He doesn't know.
If this was my company, my business, and I was legitimately trying to keep my team in my city, or in the current city, and actually make something happen, I would fire him.
Yeah, that's the only way, because he's mishandling this.
Yeah,
this is on John. He's making John look bad.
Well, yeah, which it's not helping that apparently John Fisher is willing to meet with people in Vegas and Portland, but won't show his face at City Hall. You know, like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And the one person I think I would really love to ask questions to is Rob Manfred.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how do you allow not just this, but other fiascos to happen? Apparently, the Tampa Bay Rays minority owners are suing the majority owner because they were dealing with Montreal behind their back.
That could happen too.
Was that?
So I said, yeah, that could happen too. So let's close this one out, because it's like,
I mean, it
hey
has
folks,
happened.
let's finish this conversation tomorrow, because it's 3:25 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I think we've gotten the gist of it. Now we can sort of sit back and see what the fallout of this is going to be, and then talk some more about it. You know, if anything, he's certainly given us, geez, what a boneheaded thing to do. I mean, this is going to be front page of Oakland News now, folks. Dave Compton says, yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, everybody, have a good morning. Hey, stick around, Richard. Everybody, good morning. All right. Thank you. We'll be back to talk about this absolute disaster of a social media, a media development on the part of the A's president. That's the only way to describe this. And I love the A's and folks like my longtime friend Dave Vernetti. This is not the best the A's can do by far. Okay. This is awful. And I like Dave personally, but professionally, this has to be called out. He's more than an official. He's a public figure representing a storied franchise whose very existence in Oakland means a lot to the self-esteem of East Bay and the city of Oakland, period. For him to do this, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And as Cowboy just wrote, what a sad day right there. Sure is. All right, folks, that ends this broadcast, but we'll be back.